And this is where a lot of signings aren't working. A lot of signings aren't making sense because it's all like, and I don't want to say it's not like it is all about the players, but it's also all about the manager. But you need to have a blend of both, and that blend is leaning way too close to the managers. So when we're talking about like players, like when I hear things about how's Frimpong gonna work at Liverpool? You know, personally, I'm not sure how it's gonna work at Liverpool because it's something different to what we've been used to over the last 7 years. But that do you know who that's down to? The manager.
Work
It's
it out,
down to
bro. Find a way, bro. And I'm
it's
sure
down to the manager. Like
right.
when you're looking at Frimpong, what are his strengths? He's fast. He's got a decent delivery. He's not that great defensively, but he's got a great take on. He's great at take-ons.
He's direct.
And he's very direct.
Yeah.
Cool. So how do you utilize him? Do you use him like Trent and get into invert? No, but some managers would be dumb enough to go and get, like we've seen him with Maresca. You look at Gusto and go, how'd you get the best out of Gusto?
You let him overlap.
Outside, get him on the byline, outside, overlap, deep delivery, get him up and down the pitch. Some guys will look at him and go, all right, I want my wing backs to invert. So whether you're good at it or not, you're gonna invert.
Correct. That's not coaching, bro.
That's not brother. Like, see what I'm saying? So when you look at someone like Frimpong, who, let's be honest, I feel like that deal is very close to being done. You look at that and go, cool. How are we going to use Frimpong's? Like, cool. He's not. No one is Trent going forward in the final third for me. No, on that right side, there isn't a right back that is like Trent. The closest one for me is probably like a Pedro Porro in terms of the style of delivery and whatnot. But if you have a player like Frimpong, we're gonna lose a lot from Trent, but that doesn't mean Frimpong can't be utilized in his own way. So now, all of a sudden, Mo Salah's gonna have an overlap because Mo Salah's not gonna be doing that.
And to be honest,
he stopped doing that years ago, bro.
Do you know what I mean? Because if Mo Salah gets an overlap, then it makes him dangerous again.
Yeah, this is my point. Rants, like there's so many times. How many times this season in the bigger games have we seen Mo Salah get faced up by 3 defenders and he either does the Trivela, tries to do the Trivela, or he tries to dink it back post because he's not going to go through 3 players, bro. It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen. But the second we know this, I don't have to break down how our overlap works because we've all played football, we've all played the game in it. But him having an overlap, as you said, it makes Salah dangerous again and it puts him closer to the goal. Because if Frimpong actually moves like almost a right winger, because Liverpool are going to operate where we want most of the ball. If we want most of the ball, the fullbacks are going to be pretty much like wingers. And
in build up, he'll say fuck the build up and you'll just get forward straight away.
Yeah. That's it. And it's another threat outside of Mo Salah and Diaz and Gakpo, whoever it is that are playing in the front line. So for me, if you get Salah, that's why when people say cool, Frimpong isn't great defensively, but Trent's not been great defensively. We still won.
Brother, at the end of the day, he's no worse defensively than Trent, but he's quicker than Trent. Do you know what I'm saying?
So that will bail him out more.
Yes, he's got the recovery pace, and also it's gonna give more space for Mo Salah to drift where he wants to drift, which is towards the goal, which is inside the pitch, because he doesn't have to hold the width. So I think it benefits Salah, bro.
It does. That's what I'm saying. This is why I feel like I trust the manager, because even though you look at a right back position, you wouldn't really say Frimpong's a right back, but you go, cool, we have Bradley for the games where you might want a conventional balanced right back. And then you have Frimpong when you're going to say, fuck it, it's all out attack thing. You know what I'm saying? You've given yourself the option. Let's be honest, it's not costing much. What, 40 million euros, 29 million pounds, and it's paid over 6 million a year, 7 million a year. So the risk factor is very low. It's about how do we get the best out of Mo Salah while finding a signing that can replace Trent's creativity, which is why you're looking at a Xavi Simons, why you're looking at a Florian Wirtz, why you're looking at a Ryan Cherky. This is why I said, Rants, I'm happy with the intent thus far. Now, intent isn't going to get you the player only. You know what I'm saying? Intent isn't going to only get you the player. And by the end of the window, if I'm still telling you intent, then there's something wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? But before the window's open at this moment, I'm happy to see that there is some sort of vision in kind of what we want to do with the wing backs to free our attackers up again. Because let's be honest, if Salah has a bad game, Liverpool have a bad game going forward. It's as simple as that. That's the bottom line.
Even if Salah has a bad game, he still ends up recording something.
But there's still games where he doesn't record anything. Yes, very rare, but that can cost you. That happens in a cup game, you're out the cup. We saw it in Champions League. That happens in the cup game, you're out the cup.
And I don't think Frimpong's a risky signing because Frimpong's cheap, bro. Is that 30 mil?
Yeah, and we're playing it. It's a release clause
Yeah, he's
that
gonna
we
cost
only have
what
to pay
Dorgu costs.
over 4 years.
Yeah,
We're paying it.
it costs
So,
what Dorgu is gonna cost.
so I,
Yeah, and you'll go above the release clause and you're playing in installments, bro. It's smart.
yeah, and it's basically a carbon copy of the Diaz, the Thiago deal. 25 million paid over 5 years.
And
Basically.
this as well, you're right. In certain games, you can change to a free back if the manager wants to do that. I don't know if Arne Slot's got any previous dabbling with that formation, because if he
In
does,
game, against Nottingham Forest, Grav went centre back and be through the kitchen
well,
sink.
then
That
yeah,
was a free back.
say
Grav
the
was,
see that cooks. You know what I'm saying? But then that's brilliant, because then you can become even more direct. So
he
I
does
don't
that
think
though.
it's a risk. I don't think it's a risk from Frimpong. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's from what, the City Academy.
Yeah,
He knows the
it's homegrown.
country.
It's
Yeah, he's
homegrown.
homegrown. It's an easy adaptation process. I can't lie, bro. I think
Mm.
it's the perfect replacement for Trent. I think it's the perfect replacement for the simple fact that he wants to be in England, clearly, because he's been linked with loads of teams in this country. He's been linked with us even. Like, it's clear that he wants to come back. There's
I think he
Dutch
likes
players.
Liverpool as well, man. I always see
Yeah,
him.
there's Dutch players at Liverpool already. You got a Dutch manager, you've got Dutch players like Verge, like Gravenberch, do you know what I mean, like Gakpo. Do you know, bro? I'll be honest, yeah, it's the most common sense for all parties, in it. Like, it's the most common sense. He'll want to play for Liverpool because he's got Bridgens there. Also got a Dutch manager. The manager will obviously know a lot about him, will know his strengths and weaknesses already. It's, to be honest, it's not a deal that can go wrong, in my opinion.
Do you know what I say as well? I don't think we've had enough speed demons of recent, And sometimes in the team, bro, you just need a man that's just lightning quick. Like, realistically, apart from Sadio Mane and Salah, when they were 25, 26, when's the last time you've just had a man who is just burners, like pure?
No, I hear
pure
it, but
burn.
Diaz was a bit like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Before Partey tucked his knee in, Diaz had that. But even now, I think Diaz is more quicker when he runs with the ball. And Gakpo, for me, is quick, but doesn't really like to run. If you look at his style, compared to his frame and how he plays, he's very much ball to feet, even though he's someone who probably would excel in behind. Like, I know people say Nunes is lightning. Nunes is lightning, but he's crap.
Yeah.
He's crap. So, but in terms of real, I'm talking decent and lightning quick. We haven't really seen much of that. That early Rashford, when Rashford was lightning.
Yeah, when he was wetting, and he don't even do that no more, bro.
Yeah,
there's not players like that in the league no more. Like
not
Doku's got
many.
an element of that. Do you know what I mean? At times.
Yeah. Savio's wet, but he's just very.
But he's a close control player. He's not. He's not going to do that.
He's not going to utilize that. So in terms of, it's nice to have some P&P back in the team. Like, as I said, apart from Mo and Mane, when they were in their pomp, like, I'm really going back further. I'm thinking Origi 2015 before Funes Mori broke his ankle. Daniel Sturridge before his hamstrings exploded. Outside of that, I'm kind of struggling, really. Do you know what I'm saying? In terms of real raw speed. You could say Robbo was, when Robbo first signed, he was mad.
Robbo was an engine. I wouldn't say that he was mad quick, but Robbo had that Gerrard kind of up and down the pitch kind of like robustness. He was like a serious athlete, like up and down. Didn't get tired, and he was a powerful runner. I wouldn't say he was out and out mad pace, but he was a powerful runner. Like, once he was gone, like, it's effort keeping up with him. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was like that. How can I say? On FIFA, what's like 84 pace, 85?
Yeah. Like it's not scary, but if he gets away from you, you're not catching him. You know?
People, I mean, you could say VVD before the ACL, but he's a centre back, so a bit different, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Klopp built that team on athleticism anyway from early. Do you know what I mean? So you knew what it was. Like, what?
It's good
stuff. Yeah. If Liverpool are interested in him, where are they interested in playing him, bro?
Yeah, because if maybe it counteracts going and getting and overspending for a 10. Because let's be honest, if it works, it's 100. It's 90.
Because he plays kind of as a 10 at Brighton, but they kind of play 2 10s, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
when Welbeck's not there, he'll play up top. But when Welbeck plays, he'll play like as a second striker.
But this is what I'm saying. So for me, when I look at him, I see him as a Kai Havertz for Arsenal. Like, if he goes to
Mm.
Arsenal play him up front. I don't believe they play him in midfield. Do you see what I mean? Even though he's
Yeah,
a midfielder, I see him as a player that they probably try to play up front, which would back my opinion that Arteta does not want a striker, bro, because he
this
likes
is
the extra player in midfield. He likes the overload in there. So
but this
João
is
Pedro is the, I don't
but,
know. He's
but this
the
is why like
Ryan Cherkis of Kai Havertz's, bro. You
yeah,
know them ones there. Like.
yeah, like this, but this is why like I think Odegaard is struggling because he's had to drop deeper as an 8 from being a 10. And then when he's asked to create, Kai Havertz is there. And when Kai Havertz was injured, Gabriel Jesus was there, another false 9. And then when both of them were injured, who did they put up front? Mikel Merino, hold up, target man. In the spaces that you kind of want someone who's going to run. Like, for me, I saw a little bit of a glimpse of the old Odegaard in that second half against us, where as soon as Martinelli went up front and he started running in behind, it didn't even have to be good runs. Odegaard started coming alive again. He started, he started driving with the ball and putting that ball in behind. So I think when you look at, and that's not to say Kai Havertz can never do that, because Kai Havertz's position is positioning actually, he picks up decent positions, even as a more of a false 9 build. It's just kind of what comes after that. That's a bit of the issue.